What happens on a driving test when there's heavy traffic? Well, this is all down to how much of the test has actually been completed. Not a lot of people know this, but examiners have essentially a checklist of things that they have to complete in order for the test to be full and legal. These are things like the stops, the manoeuvres, etc. Now, if an examiner hears that there is traffic in a particular area before the driving test goes out, they're going to use a route which takes them completely away from that area in order to get the test completed. Now, if you run into heavy traffic and you haven't completed that specific checklist, then what an examiner is going to do is do their utmost to divert you away from the traffic as quick as possible, so in order to complete the test. Driving test routes are at driving examiners' discretion. Therefore, that means that they can use their local knowledge of the area in order to divert you away from that traffic and onto another test route in order to complete the test. That's what we try to do the most. There is a worst case scenario if you haven't completed that checklist and you run into gridlock traffic, and I mean the whole town is gridlocked because of a particular accident, etc., in which you may have to just sit in the traffic and you will end up heading back to the test centre. The examiner will explain that they have not been able to complete the required elements of the test, and you will have to come back later or on a later date and resit the test. That is worst case scenario though, because most examiners are going to be able to use that knowledge in order to get the test completed. Now, if you have completed the checklist and you find that you've hit heavy traffic, there's one option whereby the examiner may just carry on with the test and you'll just head back to the test centre. So your test may last a little bit longer than the 30 to 40 minutes that was mentioned at the start. Or examiners do have an option that if there is a safe place to leave the vehicle, and let's say your instructor's sat in the back, they may divert you to a safe place, stop the test, tell you that you've passed. They'll walk back to the test centre and your instructor will be able to get in and drive you back home. That's what happened to me a few weeks before I left, and that's how I conducted the test. Fingers crossed information like that helps, and good luck on your test. Cheers.